Welcome to Wired to Hunt's Unconventional Wisdom, where we take one commonly held deer hunting belief and examine an unexpected alternative. I'm down here out of state scouting, and I was walking this piece of new property and I came upon this buck right here. And it's an awful nice buck. Cool deer, bummer to find it here like this. First thing I thought to myself was, I should bring this home. But I quickly got to thinking about the ramifications of picking up a deadhead like this, which is something that a lot of people probably don't think about. First off, you need to understand what kind of legal requirements there are around salvaging a buck like this. In states like my home state of Michigan, you need a salvage tag from the Department of Natural Resources to legally acquire and keep that animal. And that's a bit of a time investment you're gonna have to go through, getting a hold of someone, waiting for somebody to come out, go through all that. So for example, I ran across a deadhead in southern Ohio once, and I had to call the DNR. They had to come out, examine the circumstances, check it all out, make sure there wasn't sign of foul play or something, and then they gave me a tag that allowed me to legally take that. If you're on a quick trip or something, it just may not be worth the trouble. The second thing to think about is a lot of states have rules about the transfer of animal parts across state lines. With chronic wasting disease spreading across so many different states, in most states now, for example in Michigan, you can't take a deer from a CWD positive state or county and bring it back into Michigan. So to legally bring this back home with me, I'd have to cut it off, get all the hide off of it, get all the brain matter out of it, get all the flesh off it, fully have it cleaned out. And obviously that's not a realistic thing I could possibly do in a short time period. And similar rules apply in many other states. Now, the last thing I would just mention is that the amount of work that you're gonna have to go through to get this to a presentable state. I mean, the amount of decomposition that is present on a deer like this, the amount of stain on the bone, how difficult it's gonna be to boil and scrape all the flesh off and the hide and everything. It's gonna be a royal pain. At a minimum, you might be able to do something like take the antlers as rattling antlers. Maybe it's worth it, but maybe not. Think about that before you grab it and take it home with you and stink up the garage. First and foremost, know what your state requires. Know what your home state requires if you want to bring it back across state lines if you're traveling. Think about the work that's going to be required to clean this sucker up. Keep that in mind next time you come across something like this. If you want more information like this, be sure to tune into the Wired Hunt podcast or the Wired Hunt Foundation's mini-series. We've got new deer hunting know-how every week. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts.